Houston. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw taken in by Hockenson here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Well, this defense for the Texans very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him, because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Giving our 2 cents, but not listening, all living in our own world, thinking that we're right when the fact of the
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Striker, 3-3, yellow, line.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
Spike, 60.
He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. The Texans in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An excellent gain, 35 yards. They'll run here with Pierce. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Second and goal at the 9-yard line.
5-97. Go red.
Once more, it's Pierce. Oh, able to avoid it. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Pierce. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free, and those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And the ball's at the 2, spotted at the 2, so a pretty good chunk to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try to get something cheap right here over the top.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 10. You can look at the defense for these Texans. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And the Vikings first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Looking to pass. Tua drops this off with Nwangu. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. No, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31. 86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Looking to throw. Foster. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you, enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
10 cycles.
Throw right side, taken in by Collins. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
52 blaster. Black Ultra.
Back to throw. Foster. That is caught. It's Xavier Hutchinson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle. Looking to throw. Foster to Pierce. They set up the screen. Touchdown! Dameon Pierce, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Tua. Flush to his right. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hands it off out of the gun. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Tua. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him.
Touchdown, Vikings! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Texans 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this sequence won't do any favors to his rushing totals as they get him behind the line again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. To throw on third down, Foster. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 140 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Foster now off the play fake. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Ready?
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Fights off the defender, and he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 26. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Hey, red. Claws red. Flies blue. Strikers, 3, hut.
On 3rd and 2, Foster. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Texans. Takedown, 26 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these 2 teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On play action, here's Tua. And his throw here's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
That's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Houston. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Texans have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Tua. Flushed out right. Well, he's into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Vikings take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Foster on 1st and 10. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Foster to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. He'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
The 20. There he goes again. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Vikings have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. That run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
Lutz good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Ready, set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on second down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off play action. Foster. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Here we go.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Foster. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Foster looking to throw on second down. His throw incomplete.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Foster. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken at around the 40. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Well, with a fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Cooper, the man in motion right. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Well, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Tua. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
That is caught. Touchdown! Amari Cooper, 29 yards. And the Vikings are looking like they'll move to 6-1 as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Vikings 35, Texans 21.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the Vikings able to... Now the ball comes loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets them to the finish line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he will be taken down here, but another big gain on the ground to start the drive. This one good for 16, and yet again a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Minnesota,